In this video, I will tell you about the sulci and gyri of different lobes of the brain. So here we can see in the center we have this sulcus. This is called central sulcus of brain. It is situated 1 centimeter behind the center and it divides the brain anteriorly into the motor cortex and posteriorly into the sensory cortex. Now inferiorly we can see here this sulcus. This sulcus is called the lateral sulcus. It originates anteriorly and then it goes posteriorly like this. Here this is called the root of the lateral sulcus. From here it is divided into three ramus. This ramus which is going anteriorly is called anterior ramus, and this ramus which is going upwards it is called ascending ramus, and then the major part of it is the posterior ramus which forms this lateral sulcus. Now this central sulcus and this posterior part of the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus actually divides the brain into different lobes. So anterior to the central sulcus we have frontal lobe, posteriorly we have the parietal lobe, and inferior to the lateral sulcus we have temporal lobe, and then there is another sulcus which divides the parietal lobe into occipital lobe. This sulcus is not very clear in this spirolateral view. Here we can see this is the parieto-occipital sulcus. Actually it is more visible in the median view, but this is spirolateral view of brain, so here it is not clearly seen, but below this lies the occipital lobe of brain and above is the parietal lobe. Here we can see different lobes in different colors. This frontal, parietal, occipital and temporal lobe. Here this is the central sulcus. Here this is the lateral sulcus, and this is the parieto-occipital sulcus. Now each lobe of brain is further divided into major sulci and gyri. First of all we will look at the frontal lobe. In frontal lobe we have actually three main sulcus. In front of the central sulcus we have this sulcus. This is called precentral sulcus, and then in here we have two sulcus, horizontal sulcus. This is called the superior frontal sulcus and this is called the inferior frontal sulcus. So the elevated part between the precentral gyrus and the central gyrus will called as precentral gyrus, and the elevated part above the superior central sulcus is called superior frontal gyrus, and the elevated part between this superior sulcus, superior frontal sulcus and inferior central sulcus, this is called the middle frontal gyrus, and inferior to the inferior frontal sulcus we have the inferior frontal gyrus. Now we will look at the parietal lobe. Parietal lobe actually have a one main sulcus which is seen here. It is called the intraparietal sulcus. Above it lies the superior parietal lobule and below it lies the inferior parietal lobule. Now we will look at the temporal lobe. In the temporal lobe there are likewise the frontal lobe. There are two sulcus, the superior temporal sulcus and inferior temporal sulcus. So we have three gyri, actually the superior temporal gyrus, middle temporal gyrus and inferior temporal gyrus. Now if we see here, this is, as we know, is the lateral sulcus. Here we cannot see with the naked eyes clear because it is covered by the temporal lobe, but if we separate these two lips of the lateral sulcus we can clearly see another part of cortex here, like these are the separated lips of the lateral sulcus. Below it lies a part of cortex known as insula. Now we will look at the occipital pole. So here there lies the occipital pole, but it is not clearly seen in this superior lateral view. Here we can see a small sulcus, this is known as calcarine sulcus, but this will be clear in the medial view. So let's see the medial view. Here when we can see that this is the parieto-occipital sulcus that was visible here in laterally parieto-occipital sulcus, and below it there lies the calcarine sulcus. So below the parieto-occipital sulcus, this entire it is called the occipital lobe, and between the calcarine sulcus and the parieto-occipital sulcus there is this triangular area. This is called cuneus, and anterior to the cuneus lies the precuneus. Now if we look inferiorly here on the medial surface of the temporal lobe, we can see two sulcus here. This sulcus here, it is this horizontal sulcus is called collateral sulcus, and below it lies another sulcus which goes from the temporal lobe to the occipital lobe here. So this sulcus is called temporo-occipital sulcus. So in this way there are three gyri here. So above this collateral sulcus there is this large gyrus. It has actually three parts. In the middle it forms the parahippocampal gyrus. So posteriorly it forms the lingual gyrus, and anteriorly here this hook like structure, it is called uncus, and below it lies this the temporo-occipital gyrus. Occipital gyrus further divides the sorinode gyrus sulcus. So here lies the temporo-occipital sulcus. So temporo-occipital sulcus divides the temporal lobe into two gyrus. Medially, in the upper part, this upper portion, this is also upper and middle portion. So this is called the medial occipitotemporal gyrus, and below it lies the lateral occipitotemporal gyrus. So actually these two sulcus divide the entire temporal and occipital lobe into three gyri. Above this collateral sulcus we have this gyrus. In the middle part it forms the parahippocampal gyrus, anteriorly it forms hook-like structure called uncus, and posteriorly it forms the lingual gyrus. Below it lies the medial temporo-occipital gyrus, and this is the temporo-occipital sulcus, and below it lies the lateral occipitotemporal gyrus. Now if we look here in this part, here we can see this white matter. This is actually a connection between the two cerebral hemispheres, and it is called corpus callosum. So if we see from anterior to posterior, anteriorly this thin part is called rostrum of corpus callosum, and this turn is called genu of corpus callosum. This is the trunk of corpus callosum, and posteriorly it forms an expanded part called splenum of corpus callosum. And above the corpus callosum there is a sulcus. This sulcus is called sulcus of corpus callosum, and above it there is a gyrus. This gyrus is called cingulate gyrus, and above the cingulate gyrus there is another sulcus. This is called the cingulate sulcus. And here we can see this is the middle part tip of the central sulcus. So around the central sulcus there lies the paracentral lobule. So this paracentral lobule consists of both sensory and motor part. Posteriorly lies the sensory part, and anteriorly lies the motor part. So now if we look at the inferior view aspect of the brain, here we can see this is anterior part frontal lobe, and this posterior part occipital lobe. Here we can see this is the longitudinal cerebral fissure which divides the brain into two hemispheres, right and left hemispheres. Here there are some important structures. So if we look here, there is this straight gyrus. This is called the rectal or straight gyrus, and just lateral to it there lies the here olfactory sulcus, over which the olfactory tract passes. So this is the olfactory sulcus, this is the straight gyrus, and lateral to this olfactory sulcus and or olfactory tract we can see some lobules and sulci here. So all of these collectively called orbital gyri and sulci. Here this is the cut portion of the brainstem, and really here we can see the optic chiasma. These are the optic nerves coming into the optic chiasma, and posteriorly we can see the optic tract. Posteriorly here we can see the tuber cinerarium, and posterior to it these two are the mammillary bodies. And if we look here, we can see some parts of the thalamus. Actually these two elevations, these are the geniculate body, these are the geniculate bodies of the thalamus. So here as you can see, these are the geniculate bodies, and posteriorly we can see some part of the pulvinar. So this is the lateral geniculate body, this is the middle geniculate body, and this is pulvinar of the thalamus. In the center we have this cerebral aqueduct. So this is it for the main sulci and gyri. I think this is enough.